Okay, is it recording? Yeah. Okay, my name is Dr. Wan and today is 10 November 2024. It's Sunday and I'm in the lab now. And to prove to you that's 10 November, so let's see my phone. So it's around 12 noon, 10 November 2024. On this date, I'm not even start writing any proposal, let alone to submit for a grant, let alone to get the grant itself. Because why? Why I make this video? Because some people say to me that, okay, you okay lah, you can say this and that because you already get the grant. Now I want to show to you that not even before I got the grant, before I write a grant, you need to work hard for it. You cannot just simply wishing, oh, I want to get a grant and then expect that you get the grant. No, it doesn't work like that. And working hard can be like you be in the office, do like literature review, finding this and write a proposal, background and so on. That's fine. You can also get by with that. In fact, my FRGS 2022 mounting around 200k, I got it like that. I mean that I'm not even come to the lab for that particular project. You need to have to do something else, and then I never test in the lab. But it's okay because it's fundamental. We need to start somewhere first. What my base knowledge is only based on literature review. So I just in the office and then write and then I got it. Fine, you can get that. But once I get the grant, the problem starts. Okay? Because the moment you submit for a grant and the moment you get the grant, there are times between that. And for my FRGS 2022 that I get, the time when I submit is around like March, and then you get is around August. It's around like 5-6 months like that. So along this time, the idea change. Okay, the idea change. In that grant I want to buy some equipment. But then when I got the grant, okay, you are happy for 1 week like that. But then after you sit down and realize, oh no, I don't have enough. This equipment cannot do much for my project. I need to add something extra to this equipment. But in order to get that something extra, you need to add more like 10k plus like that lah. So I want to relocate the money. But the problem with the equipment is that you cannot do simply like relocation. You need to submit the paper, submit the what we call the appeal to the ministry, write a letter to them, and then ding dong, it takes around 1.5 years. So the equipment that I need for that particular project in that grant only received 2 years after I got the grant. So I learned from that getting a grant is one thing, applying for the grant is a competition, but then once you get a grant is a responsibility. And you are responsible to finish the grant in the within time frame. The problem is that when you not really plan carefully, when you write a proposal, it will haunt you back later on. You get a grant, but then you are so stressful because you cannot handle the grant. I mean, it's not you cannot handle the grant, I mean that you cannot buy what you want because of the research change and so on. So it's important for you to basically really write a good proposal and really know what you want. And one way to do that is to work in the lab, work in the field. Okay, you might wonder, why don't I ask my FRP student to help me all this stuff? Yes, I did ask them and they did help me. Okay, it's not like they don't help me, they help me. But remember, they can only help me so much because they also have another course to take. Being undergraduate student, they are busy with other course also. You cannot just be selfish and then ask them to do everything for you. Okay, then you might ask, okay, why don't you utilize your RA, your research assistant, GRA, graduate research assistant? They get paid for doing your research. Yeah, but remember, I'm asking for new proposal, new grant. And that new research that I want to propose is a little bit different than what my current RA did. Of course, there are some relationship and I can ask them to do this. But at this moment, she's pregnant and then, of course, you cannot, and she's expected to be due like this end of November. And of course, you cannot ask them to come. Okay, they want to beranak dah. Okay, so you need to do whatever you can in order to survive. So the bottom line is that you cannot just simply sit down and wishing that
oh, I want to get a grant and do nothing. No, it doesn't work like that. You need to work hard for it, and it start from now.
Okay, now I want to give you a specific example why it's important to do some work before you apply, even writing your proposal for a grant. So for my case, I'm working with a lot of substrate, and when we got that substrate, is wet in condition. We need to dry it. So we dry in this what we call in this dryer, and this dryer have what we call 5 tier like that. So we put our sample from the top until the bottom. Okay, and after 1 day when we try this thing, we found that at the bottom sample is already contaminated with the fungus because the heat cannot go down there because it's blocked by this thing. And another reason is because this dryer only have 2 small fan there. So even though you put here around 70 Celsius and left it for like 2 days, the face that only dry is only on the top but not the bottom. So that's why there are a lot of contamination here. And compare that dryer with this dryer that we used before. They have heating element around this, all the top and bottom. You have the fan and put the dry thing, and you can dry more effectively here. The problem with the dryer is that it's small, and then you can sort of like get the idea lah. What's important in your proposal? For example, if let's say your research is really work with a lot of sample, then in my case, then maybe this is one part of the equipment that I can top up. Maybe we can buy like another 2 or 3 of this. And this also cheap compared to the last, it's around 1,000 ringgit. Okay, so in conclusion, in order to write a good proposal, I highly recommend, especially for those who are doing experimental based project, to come to the lab, to come to the field, get your hand dirty, get the feeling, to know what's important, what's not important, to know what's to buy, what's not to buy. And also you can understand the scale of your project. For example, let's say I'm working with this sample. So when I craft my budgeting in my grant proposal, so I know what to buy. I know how big is the volume of the equipment that I need to buy and so on. You can ask your FYP, you can ask your RA to help you. That's fine. But I advise you to come also to be in the field also, because by doing that, by working yourself, you gain the experience, and with this experience you become more confident, and this confidence will be manifested in the way how you write. And also some grant ask you to pitch in front of the panel, so that's really help you. When you have this experience, you can really convince the panel very well, rather than you just based on what you remember from the literature review, what you other people do. But of course, you need to pay the price for it. You need to pay the price in terms of time, money, even to buy stuff and so on before you get the grant. But that's life. I mean, you get what you pay. Don't expect the grant, people will give you the grant just like that. You need to work on it. That's the bottom line lah. So now coming back to my future self over there. So if you see this video, meaning that I already got the grant. But the bottom line, the idea is that I want to say to you is that everything starts somewhere. So today is 2024, November 2024. I'm not sure where I release this video, but once this video is released, meaning that, yeah, I got the grant. Thank you.